Hi, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for the week of November 3rd through the 9th. Yes, I said November. It's very hard to believe that we're in the final stretches of 2025 and we are about to enter into holiday season. I thought I would bring you some wonderful words highlighting some of the astrological influences that we're under this week, most notably a new month, right, November, and also a slowdown because of the retrograde energies in Mercury. But we also have the super moon, fully charged, activated energy of Taurus hitting the moon, opposing the sun in Scorpio. So you could feel this push-pull of like, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to like expand and do new things and try new things. And then you have this other energy of like, can we do it tomorrow? Let's rest. Let's eat some cookies and let's just take a nap. Okay. There's just this, you might have two voices in your head for the week. Be very mindful with this full moon because it is in Sagittarius and it's at its detriment. Mercury doesn't really like being in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a deep philosophical thinker. It wants to digest information and get to know every angle of something. And with Mercury, affecting travel and communication and, dotting, your I's and crossing your T's, just be mindful. And if any snafus happen this week, just take it with an extra grain of salt, okay? I'm going to read for you a few passages around the energy of November itself, the full moon, and also this really beautiful portal we're in between the 1st and the 11th of November, okay? So let's get started. Thank you for tuning in, as always, for being here. I've got a lot of ground to cover. I've got a really, really exciting announcement to make for the full moon. Let's get going. And if you want to jump around, I have all of the chapters timestamped now in all of my readings, so it's just easier to move about. So let's get started, you all. This is by Nabalo, and it's called The Energy of November. This is a month of deepening. The light softens, the air cools, and the earth invites us to slow down. November reminds us to listen inward, to find warmth in what's steady, and to tend to what still needs our care. Let yourself rest. Let yourself receive. You don't have to earn your peace. I like that. The earth is turning inward now, and so can you. Find the beauty in quiet days, and remember, you're allowed to slow down. And this is by Planetary Oracle. On November 5th, we're experiencing a super full moon in Taurus at 13 degrees, a gateway of release, grounding, and transformation that invites you to let go of what no longer serves your highest evolution and to clear what blocks your peace. As Venus, ruler of Taurus, prepares to shift into the sign of Scorpio on November 6th through the 29th, the heart expands into higher awareness, merging spirit and matter through gratitude, patience, and divine timing. This lunation carries the frequency of self-worth and divine balance, teaching us that not every soul is meant to hold the depth of our love. Ooh. That hit me. That hit me hard right there. Giving from emptiness repeats karmic cycles, but giving from wholeness births new realities. We're being called to rise in the embodiment of unconditional love, not through sacrifice, but through authenticity, where relationships reflect evolution, truth, and purpose. As we move toward the new moon in Scorpio, new beginnings take root through emotional healing, self-value, and the remembrance that our energy is sacred light, guiding us toward alignment, synchronicity, and divine expression. And then the last one's by Jennifer Spencer, Medium. We just officially stepped into one of the most powerful energetic portals of the year. And we're only in the first few days, so capitalize on this. Be mindful of this energy. Use it to your advantage. Between November 1st and the 11th, the universe turns up the volume on clarity. And I know a lot of you, it's been fascinating just in conversation with my loved ones and then saying words that they had just thought about. You could be experiencing just real clarity in your psychic senses, your intuitive senses, feeling almost telepathically, moving through the world, sensing things before they happen. It's been a real beautiful time of deepening for us all on the path. This is like an illumination revealing what's ready to evolve and what you've quietly outgrown. So we're turning up the volume on clarity, intuition, and alignment during this portal. During this window, you might feel a pull to slow down, reflect, or finally admit the truth you've been avoiding. Old identities, habits, and relationships that no longer match your frequency will start to become known to you. And I think this has been true of the entire year, but this is like that final last call, it's like the final call. The curtain is closing. This portal is not about forcing outcomes. It's about listening. It's about noticing what lights your body up and what leaves you depleted. See? Big difference. And you're going to have real discernment this week around that. What is lighting you up on the path and what is really just draining your energy? It's about letting the universe rearrange things on your behalf. Here's what you might notice. More synchronicities and repeating numbers. Awesome. Sudden clarity about decisions. That's awesome too. Old fears resurfacing just long enough to be released. A nudge to trust your intuition over logic. So important right now. And here's how to navigate it. Stay grounded. Pay attention to the ideas that won't leave you alone. Like the tap on the shoulder, you got to do this. You should do this. You should really go for this. And there's a voice inside saying, but I'm scared. What if I fail? What if I don't get what I want? You're going to feel like these two voices that are pulling you forward and wanting to pull you back. Say no to what you've been tolerating. Journal what's shifting in your body. Rest more than usual. That's so important. Underline, underline, underline. Rest more than usual. Give yourself that break this week, wherever you can and whenever you can. Let the answers land instead of chasing them. Because on 11/11, this energy peaks and speaks. And be aware. I need to be careful, but be aware. I am the worst when it comes to retrograde. And my words, I already have a hard time channeling, but I'm going to be especially funny to watch over the next few weeks. So this energy is peaking on 11/11. It's a reset, a jump in timeline, and a moment where the universe asks, are you ready to choose yourself? So keep your heart open, pay attention, and trust that what's meant for you is already on its way. I like that a lot. All right, let's get into the reading, shall we? Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for the collective today. Thank you. I had a divine, holy experience with the trees and the leaves and the wind yesterday and the sun. I hope that you're taking time to absorb the change of the seasons wherever you live. It's really miraculous, the world we live in, the natural world. All right, let's see. What are some of the oracle messages? This is the Oracle of Awakening. I'm working with this with your November readings. What's going on for the collective this week, Spirit? What is going on for the collective this week? Wonder. I was just talking about that. Look at that. The deer. It's interesting is my daughter had a friend sleepover for Halloween, and the next morning they got up and they went out for a long walk nearby, and I live near a wooded lot, and they saw a gentle deer, almost as if it was in the scene. And my daughter took a picture of it and she was marveling at it. And deer is such a gentle energy of play, of wonder, of awe, of just the life that we live, of going out in nature. If you ever need a reset and you need to get out of your head, or you're feeling, really heavy energies, or you just need a refresh, go out in nature. We have all 12 stars here symbolizing the zodiac and the sun. This is everyone coming together to experience the planet and the healing of ourselves and the planet. Awe, transcendence, and reverence. The more we hold this frequency, the more the frequency meets us. I like that. Be gentle with people this week the best you can, especially when misunderstandings arise or miscommunications from misunderstandings. I'm sorry. Yes, both. You know what I'm saying. Miscommunications and misunderstandings. Full stop. Now we have the unknown. Ooh, very scorpionic. Look at that. We have the owl perched. And what looks like an area, look at that. What a contrast, right? Full of life, teeming with life and creation. Not teeming with life. I feel like, it's both light and shadow here. that we're trying to balance between the sun and the super full moon, and what needs to be tilled, right, in the soil, because there's always things that are underneath that we can't see. That's the shadow work. But this feels more like honoring, right? Paying homage to the year and the things that you have released, the wisdom that you've gained, the knowledge, the self-mastery that you've gained. And then we have forgive and release. And this is about our connections. It's time to release and heal. And I'm sorry, I actually misread this. Is it time? Is it time to release and heal? And you may be asking yourself that on a very deep level this week. It may come out of nowhere. Is it time to release and heal this belief, this attachment, this identity, this person, this thing even? A big part of the path, even in our own internal alignment, is having our external environment feel resonant with our own energy. And you may feel called to, retrograde energy, because retrograde energy is forthcoming on the 9th. It begins. It's going to start its journey in Sagittarius and then move into Scorpio. And it's almost like it's going through like this passage. So you may feel a call to reorganize and, just think of the rewords: recalibrate, reorganize, recycle, reuse, reduce, all of these things where we kind of like rework on the internal and we rework on the external. But I think that we could be asking ourselves these deeper questions, almost like, existential questions around how can we bring about more wonder? How could we step more fully into the unknown? Because we're living in a world that seems like the noise is louder, right? It's getting louder. However, the internal noise is only as loud as you make it. And we're living in a time period where we're becoming more conscious of that, as a multidimensional being. And there's this energy too, I'm getting here, this star energy in this Aquarian age of we're now wanting and reaching for the kind of reciprocity that makes you feel like it's safe to step into the unknown, right? Because you trust yourself and you trust your path. So I feel like there's almost like this turning here into greater trust, greater faith, because it's like fearlessness, but from a really soft, tender place. You look at this deer. It's like gently coming out of the woods, and it's looking out into its environment and saying, is it safe for me to feel seen here? Is it safe for me to be myself here? And Spirit said, it is. It is. But are you ready to forgive and release anything that kept you from stepping out? I feel like there's one more that wants to be heard. They said, look at the bottom. Oh, another co-creation. Now we have our ancestors. I always get this indigenous ancestral vibe from this. I've really been working deeply with this deck. It's so powerful. This is creation, inception, genesis, and manifestation. So there's a lot of energy swirling here in this vortex coming in at this time where we're not yet made manifest the things that some of us are really trying to embody. I really do believe 2026 is the embodiment of higher consciousness on levels that have never been known before in this modern era, in this timeline that we've all been walking through as a collective. And I think a lot of this too, and some of the hardest times I've had in my own path of forgiveness with people, is forgiving myself for the choices I made. But then you look back and you ask yourself, was this in my blueprint? Did I call this person in? Did they volunteer to be this adversary? This person who hurt me? It's like, it's hard to understand sometimes why things happen. But if you can let go and trust that everything has purpose and meaning, ultimately, that it's all allowing us to, I was working with KF. She's my mentor. I talk about her quite a bit. She's been on the path longer than me. She's an astrologer, Kristen Fontana. And she was talking about how our blueprint, we have this outer ring, and I could talk all astrology about it, but basically we do have, it's almost like rings of a tree, and we have this outer ring, and our life experiences lessen that. It thins it, so we can live more authentically and embody more of who we are and become, just this, look at this, dear, innocent, full of wonder and awe, thankful, grateful, feeling blessed, feeling alive. It's like, Spirit's like, you have no idea what's coming. Don't fear the worst. Right? This is like, this is I think too, we're healing as a collective, a cataclysmic wound. I think it's Barbara Hand Cloud. I was listening to her and she's like, we're healing as a collective this wound around, everything's gonna, the apocalyptic wound. And Spirit's trying to remind us here that we're co-creators and that this is the time and it's a new beginning where we can walk side by side with this fear, but bring it love. Okay. Let me now go into the tarot. I'm going to go with This May Hurt. I like that. And that we're being guided too by loving hands. By loving hands. We're talking loving hands. Think about it. Really think about it. We're surrounded by benevolence. All the divine masters, all the archangels, all the different higher dimensions, all the more evolved beings in this universe. We're all connected. We are not separate from the whole. You are a very important part of this universe. Don't ever forget that. Your journey matters. What you do here matters. Whew. It's a big week, very big week to honor the path we've been on, to hold reverence for it all. What we don't see coming, Six of Pentacles. Look at that mutual energy. Look at that. Oh my God, be generous of spirit. Be generous with other people. Be kind. Be loving. And I know it's hard. When fear, it's like when something comes in, you're like, well, I don't know. How is this going to go? How are they going to be? How are they going to feel? Can I trust this? Can I do This is a spirit of just being generous regardless of what you're receiving. Six of Pentacles. Walking into the day, I'm open. I'm ready to receive. Six of Pentacles. It's a beautiful way of being. Oh, wow, we're wrapping up a cycle. This is big. This is a collective cycle closure. And this new portal is literally a different timeline. Brand new timeline. This is timeline jump, right? Into a whole different vibrational reality. Six of Pentacles in the world. And I think this is what we've all been learning collectively. Where are you receiving and giving equally, and where aren't you? Is this really nurturing you? Is this something that feels safe for you? This person, this situation? And if it isn't, maybe it's time to pull back and at least reevaluate things. And at least have an honest conversation with yourself about what you're experiencing. Six of Pentacles, the world. Oh, the strength and the star. Finally, some relief. The last few weeks I've been like, oh my God, I have to see what I'm seeing, and I have to call it like I see it. And the energies have been difficult the last few weeks for the collective. But I feel like we're given a beautiful reprieve this week. A collective sigh. And it is. It's like, okay, we are now entering a new field, a living field of bravery and courage, of divine alignment. Let me cover her. I don't want to get in trouble. This is the collective consciousness. It really is. I mean, look at, she's literally, and they're both, what's interesting, both of these women are naked. They've been laid bare, right? Vulnerable. The path has made everybody vulnerable to the things we fear, to the people we had to see with mask on and mask off, to the different perspectives we need to hold through 3D awareness, 4D awareness, 5D awareness. And I do believe we're leaving Like I said, the last reading, we're leaving an old template, and it's required a lot of bravery and courage. And what it is for me, what I see in here is the parts of ourselves we needed to release, the little ego deaths that we need to experience on the path to actually renew our hope and faith in the path itself. And that's what I see here. This is a big timeline jump. Just give, and whatever isn't giving back to you, you're not going to align with it anymore. It's that simple. It's just not going to be in your world. If you're really cleaning up your life on every level, it really is you're your own frequency. You're your own radio dial. And the people that resonate with that, they're going to align in that grouping, in that bandwidth. And you don't have to do as much work to monitor it. That's what I'm getting. You don't have to do as much work to monitor it. Wow. 3 majors with the 6 of Pentacles. Hallelujah. I'm like, I am so happy right now for everybody. This is a beautiful frequency. I think a lot of us are going to be feeling. And some of you, like I said, I had a magical day outside for no reason. It hit me out of nowhere. And that's what I mean. Energies, elevated energies, feelings of lightness, of peace, of just all is well. It's a gift. Spirit's like, you've earned it. You've been doing it. Right? You've stepped into the unknown. You've been fearless. I feel like we're getting a nod from the universe itself for the work we've been doing to hold our light in the midst of all of this just unrecognizable reality. Let's clarify these. Strength, the world, and the star. And look at, it's like we're getting a cheers with the cup. Cheers. It's a new beginning. We've got aces all around in this world card. It's a new beginning for the air signs, the fire signs, the earth signs, and the water signs. And we're embodying this Leo energy of, I have a right to shine. I'm going to shine as brightly as possible. I came here to be an inspiration. Oh, wow. I've never really gotten this. I came here to inspire, to be an inspiration to my highest expression in the world, to my higher self. I feel like our future selves are looking back at us in this time period between the 1st and 11th and just going, wow, you got here much faster than I would have expected. And now we're moving and shaking. Now we're going places. Now we're doing it. Okay, let's clarify this. I feel like this is the other timeline. We have the 9 of Swords, the Chariot. Yeah, we're moving past it. We're moving past the fears, the doubts, the insecurities, the scarcity mindset, which this one is clearing. The ancestral scarcity mindset, the baby boomers that many of us have been subjected to. God bless all of you. Many of you have been evolving beyond that. Some of you haven't. Some of you will. Some of you are leaving people who never will. And this is such a beautiful frequency. It's like when you realize that you really, when we go into fear mindsets, the more confident you become in your own frequency, in your own path, in your own discernment, the less you actually stay in states of fear, doubt, insecurity, and worry. And I'm seeing here that this is the time where it's really important for us to move beyond that downward experience. And the minute you start getting, I heard this the other day, that living in the past is also known as a form of depression because you're not here. And living in the future is a form of anxiety because you're projecting and going through conjectures of things that, do you really want to create that? Do you want to create fractals of that in your reality? So this mindfulness piece is so important right now. Moving through the world with more mindfulness on the path of ascension in the Merkaba. It isn't about stressing out about the world in general. Yeah, it's a new beginning. I knew it. It's a new beginning. It's time to leave this behind. We don't have to be this way. We don't have to function this way. This isn't the new human. This is about embodiment now. It's about embodiment now. Let me get a frequency. Fertility, which is this Taurus full moon. Take this. Transformations underneath that. So we have fertility and transformation. Because Taurus is the Empress. And we're laying fertile ground. We're coming out of, barren landscapes, right? Places that we are leaving behind. There's no growth here. And stepping into places that are. We have fertility, number 27. The other ones aren't numbered. So the first numerology I'm seeing here is 9 and 6. This is about us and other. And the path of transformation. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, which we have the Chariot, and the Star, and the Strength. More open, more courageous, more creative, very Aquarian, and more joyful than we were before. This is where we're headed, folks. It activates the potential for something beautiful, beautiful, so freaking beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. That's where we are going. Are you ready? And then transformation. The energy of transformation supports our ability to gracefully flow through times of transition, allowing the old to make room for the new. Yep. Make room for the new, everybody. This is new as a collective. It is new as our individual journeys. It's a brand new beginning. It's a new you. It's called a leap of faith. Stepping into the unknown. It requires courage, audacity, boldness, trust, innocence, awe. And I believe that we're all being made... we're laying ourselves bare on the path and saying, I fully trust in my next evolution. I fully trust. I want to read, this is a new book that I got called Soul Guidance. I follow this entity, energy person on social media, and it's a great daily calendar. I'm going to read November 3rd. Magical energy surface when you can fully embrace uncertainty and the unknown. Wow. Wow. This is so cool. I love it when it's a synchronistic reading and it's just so clear. The retrograde, please help me. This demonstrates trust, faith, and the ability to be in the flow with life. Submitting to a space of unpredictability means that you're ready to let go, release attachments, and to surrender to something greater than what currently exists. Surrendering to something greater than what currently exists. That's what we're all doing. Your soul provides all the surety you need to stay safe in the unknown. See? Oh, thank you, Soul Guidance. This came just a few days ago. Tune out all of the possibilities and probabilities. Wait, I read that wrong. Tune out of all the possibilities and probabilities, except that you're a divine soul destined for greatness, whatever transpires. Accept that. Accept that you're a divine soul destined for greatness, whatever transpires. That is complete surrendered trust and faith. The affirmation for the week ahead: I embrace the unknown and the magic it holds. I embrace the unknown and the magic it holds. There is so much magic. Me just going out in a day, going through the day. Slow down, savor the minutes and the hours, the time. Let's get I wanted to bring a spirit animal in. I suspect these will be my mid-monthly. This will be my mid-monthly oracle because I feel a lot of animals want to come forward. Many of you have totems that are really standing strong by your side. You might be getting some really strong animal messages between now and the 11th as signals. Really pay attention to the downloads you get when you see certain animals on the internet or out going about in your daily life, or even hearing conversations of people talking about animals. Just tune in. I feel like the animal kingdom really wants to step forward, because we started out with this deer stepping forward and we're reaching into the mouth of the lion, right? Reaching beyond the ego and graduating from this timeline we've been on of stress and anxiety, especially around fairness and receiving and giving equally, and also feeling worrisome about being generous with the people, whether they're going to be generous with us back. All right? There's a lot of transformation and things expanding, and we're opening up to new possibilities. in this portal. Let's get a spirit animal. What spirit animal wants to lead the collective this week? What spirit animal or animals want to lead the collective this week through this portal and through this supercharged, super full moon? We have 2. Of course, we have 4. I can't read them all, so we'll read them. We'll read whatever wants to be the strongest. But we have 4, of course. It can't just be 1, right? We have antelope spirit, life is speeding up, number 2. We have frog spirit, clear out the clutter. I did talk about that, number 28. So that's 1, new beginning. Dove spirit, be peace. 3, that's the integration of body, mind, spirit, new, higher, elevated levels of awareness. And then 22, self-mastery. Dragonfly spirit, truth transcends illusion. I feel like this is the most important. But you know what? I'm going to let spirit decide. We have so many 2s. Oh my God. You know what came out? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s. A 1 and an 8. Oh my God. We have this is like a whole new timeline. This is an elevated timeline for those of us who are really listening and really tuning in. Wow. I feel like we're leapfrogging into a benevolent energy. And time is speeding up, you all. Life is speeding up. It's going to be wild. This is going to be a wild ride. That's not the, oh my God, not the roller coaster ride. I'm going to freak out. I'm totally scared. This is more like, yeah, magical. I got to read the dragonfly. That's what they're pointing at. It was like ding, 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 the dragonfly. I can't believe all the 2s. You're going to see a lot, all of you. I just want you to know. You're going to see a ton of 2s between now and the 11th. All right, get ready. You're going to get a deluge of 2s. All right, 22, dragonfly spirit. It's interesting, too. This is a strong totem of mine that has followed me everywhere. Whenever there's a big, significant transformation or change, isn't it true? A dragonfly, or if your spirit's trying to get your attention. I had a dragonfly not that long ago get right in front of my face when I was like, I'm not ready to have a membership portal and be a mentor. Who am I? And the dragonfly literally landed right in front of my face, and I was surrounded by like hundreds of them in this nearby area I walk in where my daughter saw the deer. I was like, okay. So you're going to get some really beautiful signs around your own expansion this week. Truth transcends illusion. Dragonfly spirit is here to remind you of the wisdom and truth available at all times in the hidden realms. Just as dragonfly catches your eye with its reflective wings and body, dragonfly spirit appears to tell you to pay attention to the truth beyond the illusion and recognize the insights that come seemingly out of nowhere, peeking through from behind the veil. In the realm of spirit, there is far more wisdom than you could perceive with your senses, and there's a deep knowing that you are not separate or alone, for a higher power recognizes you and loves you beyond measure. Fears dissipate as you realize you are embraced by the nurturing force that is everywhere, always in communication with you, aligning where you are alighting when you are preoccupied. Dragonfly spirit offers this message. You exist in unity with all, including the protective spirits who share their wisdom, and you are being nudged along the path your soul needs to travel to have the experiences it craves. Wow. Love exists in many forms, and sometimes we overlook it when we don't recognize a particular form. Pay attention to the signs now. They remind you that each of us have inspired dreams seemingly sewn into the fabric of the invisible world, and there is a great consciousness that exists in the seemingly empty spaces, guiding us on our journey. Open to the truth, letting the wisdom of the hidden realms inform you, providing insights your conscious mind overlooks. Wow. I'm going to read the protection message as well, because this is a very important message for all of you. 22. Did you really think this world of the senses is all there is? From the hidden mystical realms, signs are being sent to you, but perhaps you have perceived separation and convinced yourself that you are on your own. Have you fallen into spiritual amnesia and forgotten your connection to a living, loving, always supportive universe? If so, rub the sleep out of your eyes, for Dragonfly Spirit is here to remind you of all the love and support available to you in every moment. There is an organizing principle underlying the events you have experienced, and Dragonfly Spirit can help you see it and trust that Spirit has your back. Let go of the illusion of chaos and randomness. Love is here. So follow the signs that appear serendipitously as you pay attention to the magic all around you. You will know you are on the right track. What a magical week is about to unfold. This is a magical portal. I know y'all can feel it. I feel it in this reading. I'm like, my whole body is humming. I could barely sleep last night. I don't know what's going on, but this moon is supercharged. It's got a strong gravitational pull. It's pulling us all together as one into this gorgeous magical frequency. I know y'all can feel it. Thank you for being here, for joining me on this journey in this reading today. Namaste. And please stay tuned if you feel called. I've got a very important announcement to make. I have spent probably way too much time obsessing over this container. It's been a dream come true that I've visioned many years ago. This is a call for me to go deeper with you all. I labored over where to have it, how to do it, and I decided to go with YouTube. And so starting on this supercharged full moon in Taurus, on Wednesday, I'm opening up a new portal. It is a mentorship container. We're about to go on a wild ride, you all. And who knows where it's going to lead. It's probably going to lead to me doing events, retreats around the world eventually. But for now, it's going to start as a virtual space through, this is not just a membership, members only video click. This is an actual spiritual living transmission of me going deeper with you all. Everything you need to know about the Illuminated Collective launch, which is the name of the collective I am forming at this time to go deeper than what we could possibly do through traveling alone. We have always existed together through every reading I've had. You all have felt my frequency. You have felt the frequency of higher consciousness. And if you feel called to go deeper, especially as we journey into 2026 and we feel more of these magical frequencies, I'm going to help you embody these energies on a more profound level. So we can actually hold this in a way we couldn't before. A lot of us have been doing a ton of work, karmically clearing, releasing all these loops, timelines, fractals of energy. We've been cleaning things up on the path. We've been cleaning up our habits, our beliefs, our behaviors. And I'm here to just help you tap in a deeper level. And because that's the work I'm doing. And there are things that I just feel called to do. And if you feel that call and you're feeling that pull, go to my website. The link's going to be in the box below. I have a whole webpage about this. It's going to be a special portal pricing just between the launch and the end of the year. I want everyone who wants to help really, I really feel that illumination is our birthright. It is why this is called Illuminated Tarot. And I'm challenging myself to go deeper in my practices than I've ever gone. And I want to do it with you all in a way that I haven't been able to before. You're going to see a lot more of me personally. I'm going to share myself on a much deeper level, what I'm moving through from day to day, the nudges I get from spirit, the things I'm doing and thinking. And we're talking, I'm just going to be giving you a lot more support in this membership container. So I can't wait to see you all there. I hope you have a beautiful week. My heart is with you. Keep doing the work, you all. And I hope that you experience beautiful states of magic, of higher vibration, of higher love this week, and a higher truth of just the beautiful spirits that you all are. The comments that you give me every week, it's like I'm feeling emotional because I never thought that, I just never thought that, I mean, my soul did, but I didn't, that this would lead to so much. Just, I'm in awe. I'm in awe of you all. And I can't wait to go deeper. So take care. I'll see you soon.